أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. This is the 19th episode of Epistemology. We may therefore, inshallah, discuss about the number 19 mentioned in Surah 74, that is Al-Mudaththir in the Quran. In this surah, the number 19 is mentioned in verses 30 and 31. Al-Mudaththir, 74th surah, 30th verse. عليها تسعة عشر. Over it are 90. It means over the hell are 19 angels deployed as wardens. Next, 31st verse. وَمَا جَعَلْنَا عِدَّتَهُمْ إِلَّا فِتْنَةً لِلَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا. And we have not made their number but as a trial for the unbelievers. It means the number of the wardens has been kept, maintained as 90 with a purpose, that is, as a trial for the unbelievers. لِيَسْتَيْقِنَ الَّذِينَ أُوتُوا الْكِتَابَ, so that those who have been endowed with the book will be convinced. Those who have been endowed with the book, that is the Jews and the Christians, people of the book. يَزْدَادَ الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا iman, and the believer's faith will increase. وَلَا يَرْتَابَ الَّذِينَ أُوتُوا الْكِتَابَ وَالْمُؤْمِنُونَ, and neither those who have been endowed with the book nor the believers fall into doubt. The 31st verse continues. وَلَا يَكُونَ الَّذِينَ فِي قُلُوبِهِمْ مَرَضٌ وَالْكَافِرُونَ مَاذَا أَرَادَ اللَّهُ بِهَذَا مَثَلًا. And for those in whose hearts there is a sickness, as well as the unbelievers, they will say, what did Allah aim at by this strange parable? كَذَلِكَ يُضِلُّ اللَّهُ مَنْ يَشَاءُ وَيَهْدِي مَنْ يَشَاءُ. Thus Allah lets go astray whom He wills, and leads to straight path whom He wills. وَمَا يَعْلَمُ جُنُودَ رَبِّكَ إِلَّا هُوَ وَمَا هِيَ إِلَّا ذِكْرَى لِلْبَشَرِ. And none knows the hosts of your Lord but He, and it is but a reminder to the people. That is the 31st verse, which says that number 19 has a purpose. It leads the believers, the true believers, upon God, to the straight path, and they are guarded against falling into doubts, whereas the unbelievers and the hypocrites will be let go astray. This is a muzzle, a material parable hiding divine help, which will be clear to the seekers who are guided. They are the true believers in the one God. The hypocrites and unbelievers see only the exterior text of the parable. They understand it with reference to physical memory. It is called fuad in Arabic because the qalb is sealed, and hence they miss the truth. The mention of the hell and the angels and the emphasis on the number 19 are meant only to evoke their mockery. The use of computer has made it easier to understand the mystical Quranic design linked to number 19 more than ever now. The invisible mathematical pattern is not due to accidental coincidences, but could be seen as naturally and inevitably integrated while conveying the message. It reveals an underlying mathematical language which, though of material origin, is closest to truth. Explanation of mathematical miracles related to number 19 in the Quran is not, however, envisaged here. Nevertheless, we may venture to offer some explanation of the mention of this number in this surah with respect to epistemology. The number 19 is the numerical value of wahid, which means one. That is, by the abjad numeric system, the letters are used to convey value of numbers and figures. The Almighty Rabb is Al-Wahid, the one and the only. The number 19 is the number 19 could mean other words or phrases as well, by the same methodology. But this numeric value coincides only with this one name among the names of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, known as His beautiful names, Asmaul Husna. It is a prime number and hence divisible by itself. and 1 only. When divided by 1, it gives the same value, 90, which stands for the word wahid, meaning 1. When divided by itself, the result is the same number 1, called wahid. So al-wahid, the uniquely single, has chosen this number as sign of his authorship of the Quran and for certifying its structural integrity. In the present surah, in the 30th verse, the word 19, there is the number 90, comes exactly. That is the word for the number 19, that is tis'atu ashra, comes exactly after the preceding 361 letters of it. 361 is 19 times 90. That is 19 into 90. The 31st verse, which explains the purpose of the number 19, comprises 57 words, a multiple of 19, that is 3 into 19. The first 30 verses before it has 95 words, again a multiple of 19, that is 5 times 19. First 19 verses likewise have 57 words, that is 3 times 19. But we are here concerned about the significance of the number. In relation to the angels or the hell, or rather than the mathematical design of the surah. Verse 30 says, over it are 19 angels as wardens. The Quran begins with Bismillahir-Rahmanir-Rahim, comprising of 19 letters. That is Bismillahir-Rahmanir-Rahim comprises 4 words. The first word is Bism, B-S-M. The second word is Allah, A-L-L-H. The third word is Al-Rahman, A-L-R-H-M-N. The fourth one is Al-Rahim, A-L-R-H-E-M. The first word Bismillah has 3 letters, Allah has 4 letters, Ar-Rahman and Ar-Rahim 6 each. So altogether 19 letters. They represent 19 angels that guard the believers from hellfire. The verse is repeated 114 times in the Quran, which is also the total number of surahs in it. 114 is a multiple of 19. The first 7 verses of Surah Al-Mudaththir comprise directions to the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam from the Creator Rabb. Al-Mudaththir, 74th Surah, first verse. Ya ayyuhal Mudaththir, O you the enveloped, O you who is covered. (74) 2. Come for anvir. Stand up and then warn. 74 3. Warabaka fa kabbar. Warabaka fa kabbar. And pronounce the greatness of your Lord. 74 4. وَثِيَابَكَ فَطَهَّرْ and purify your clothes. 5th verse. وَالرُّجْسَ فَأَهْجُرْ and keep away from filth. 6th verse. وَلَا تَمْنُنْ تستكثر ولا تمنن تستكثر. Do not do a favor to seek more. That is, do not do a favor to anyone expecting anything in return. وَلِرَبِّكَ فَأَصْبِرْ and for the sake of your Lord, observe patience. This is Surah Al-Mudaththir, verses 1 to 7. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guides the believers by guiding the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. It is divine guidance and hence is attached to the nafs that is enveloped with the physical being. The nafs is under cover because it hides within it the treasure of the Quran, the source of internal guidance and qalb. The second verse, the nafs is asked to be awake and be attentive. The second verse, O you enveloped, stand up and then warn. That is, stand up and then warn. That is the second verse, translation of the second verse. It utters the verse in this verse, the nafs is asked to be awake and be attentive. The spiritual state of the nafs, the iman, causes the sadr turn towards the nafs. The physical being thus becomes submissive. The nafs leads. The person is spiritually enlightened. He recites the Quran, exercises obedience and undertakes prayers. The physical being is in poise with the spiritual being. The individual is in taqwa. The qalb is attentive to the bayan. In consonance, bayan is the recitation of the Quran. In consonance with the internal guidance. The qalb is attentive to the Quran that is being recited. In consonance with the Quran inside the qalb. That is the spiritual microsystem one inherits by birth. The third verse exhorts to enhance dhikr, the bayan of the Quran, with the command Rabbaka fa-kabbar, pronounce the praise of the Lord. Rabbaka fa-kabbar. The qalb responds to the enhanced dhikr with internal guidance. Rahmah flows from the nafs to the sadr for cleansing the clothing. That is the physical self. That is the fourth ayah or verse. And pronounce the third is and pronounce the greatness of your Lord. Fourth is and purify your clothes and keep away from filth. That is the fifth one. The purified sadr disciplines the body and the senses. It keeps away from the filth. That is the fifth verse. Taqwa reaches new heights. Now the physical being is clean, pure, purified. The spiritual being reaches new heights of spirituality. The guidance of the Quran, that is the Rahmah of Rahman, meets with the internal guidance from the qalb, the Rahmah of Rahim. With that meeting, Rahmah swells up and flows into the sadr. Sadr in turn expands, causing opening of the qalb. The nafs starts receiving divine favour. It is the dhikr that has generated the mutually complementary guidances that purifies the physical being and brings element to the spiritual being. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala uses palindrome to the praise of Him. Rabbaka fa-kabbar. There is a palindrome. If you read in the reverse order, it will be the same. Rabbaka fa-kabbar, it will be the same. That brings about the two-way effect. That is the bidirectional effect is effect of the Rahmah is brought about by the dhikr. That is because of the command Rabbaka fakabbir. An expanded sadr makes it generous. The sadr, when expanded, it becomes generous, kind. A generous mind could be counterproductive, generating vanity. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, that is the 6th verse, do not do a favor to seek more. That is the 6th verse. Do not do a favor to seek more. A very act should be to please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Our acts should be devoid of selfish ends. It shall be in the name of Allah, the Rahman and the Rahim. In the name of Allah, Rahman, Rahim. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. He holds on to Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, receiving guidance of this world and of the other world in the meeting of two Rahmans, and is guarded by the 19 angels that represent the 19 letters of this opening key to the Holy Quran. That is the first verse. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, the opening key to the Quran. He who holds fast on to the Bismillah, that is short for Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Bismillah means in the name of Allah. He is commanded to observe patience. That is the 7th verse. Observe patience in the name of Allah, for the sake of his Rabb. He receives, when he observes patience, he receives divine will. Divine will is correlated to patience. Without patience, nobody receives will. A hot-tempered person cannot have divine will. He receives divine will in the food of nafs. Ilm is the food of nafs. Food of nafs that transforms into nur. That is the energy generated, and that food of ilm is consumed. The devotee beams with nur. Right.